Hey guys, welcome to SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh, and it is time for week 4 of the Sim Racing System BMW M4 Championship. I almost said week 3, but we had that issue last week at week 3 of Sim Racing System Championship. And before we dove into the race today, I did want to spend a little time talking about what happened because I was fortunately able to talk with Simucube and ask them what happened, what went wrong, and thankfully I found an answer. So, if we go to the Simucube website, so we have simucube.be right here, and we have the Simucube support. So, this is where you download the new drivers for the Simucube 2 platform. So this is the driver and firmware software for all of the Simucube 2 wheels. So right now, the current release is the July 19th, 2019 software, version 1.0.7. And this talks about some of the features, bug fixes, and just things like that. And what I want to pay attention to is known issues right here. So under known issues, point number 3. Simucube 2 device requires a separate restart after a reboot in this and every earlier version. Symptom is a hangup of a game or the TrueDrive software upon their startup. So, basically, the TLDR on that is restart your computer, you need to restart the wheel. Before my stream last week, I upgraded my NVIDIA drivers, and I did the Windows 10 update. That restarted my computer. I didn't know that you had to flip the switch behind the Simucube 2, so that was what was causing the issue with my wheel. Thankfully, now that is resolved, and I've done plenty of testing since I fixed that, and it should be working fine. So, I have not restarted the computer since I last drove this, so we should be able to drive just fine in Assetto Corsa now. We shouldn't have any issues, and I'm happy for that. And what was funny was I was talking with Mika Takala, the firmware guy for Simucube, and he said, "Oh man, we just fixed that, and that's going to be in the next release." And you can see top line here, the major bug that required Simucube 2 to be restarted after a PC restart is fixed. Thank you, Simucube. But that was definitely an irritating thing last week. It just really was inconvenient. We missed last week, and that took our championship hit. So, with that being said, let's take a look and see what exactly happened. And we can look into standings, and we actually didn't take too major of a hit. We actually stayed where we were in the championship. So, I think we did or we lost one spot. So, I believe we were either in 6th or 7th last week in the championship. And Luke, he didn't make it. Fernando didn't make it. And Carlos Eduardo Borjo, he passed us up in the championship. I think everyone else stayed as they were, largely. So, what that means is that we didn't lose too much. We're still only 7 points behind Luke, but we are 55 points behind Carlos. So let me check something real quick. If we jump in here, I'm not seeing Carlos. I don't think Carlos has signed up for the race yet. I don't see him up here. We don't see him here. So that might mean if he doesn't sign up for this race, and we are in this race, get a half-decent finish, and don't kill ourselves, we might pass him up. So that might be nice. And yeah, this week we are racing Donington Park 2018 version. So some people, they just haven't installed the new 2018 Donington Park. Donington Park, in my opinion, in Assetto Corsa is one of the must-have for this sim. This is, in my opinion, one of my favorite mod tracks. It has just about everything. It has some elevation changes, high-speed corners, hairpins. It has just about anything you could want in a racetrack. And it's one of my favorite British tracks. It's one of my favorite third-party tracks. And yeah, I've enjoyed it ever since the GTR2 days. And I'm glad that such a high-quality version of it is in Assetto Corsa. So one thing I do want to check before we jump into the practice and qualifying is I actually had to fix my documents folder. For some reason, it was defaulting and causing me to have some issues with it on the document side. My documents was getting tied in with the OneDrive, so I had to change that default. So I wanted to make sure my frame rate's limited so I could run full 1440p, but still have a little bit of overhead for transcoding. So I wanted to make sure. So for my streams, I generally limit my frame rate to 84, so I still get that north of 60 smoothness in the frame rate and in the refresh rate. I let NVIDIA G-Sync handle everything for keeping from having screen tearing. Looking at controls, I want to make sure it's all accurate. So I have my emergency stop hit on the Simucube because it has the thing where if you don't touch the wheel for 4 minutes and you have the quick release not hit, it puts out this loud beep. So that's all right. Throttle, brake, clutch, handbrake, that's all good. Hopefully we don't need the handbrake in here. I have the using belt shifter mapped. I have brake balance. And I have traction control, ABS. So my thing is that this is likely going to be my last week racing with this specific wheel on the Simucube 2. Because tomorrow I am going to be getting the Asher Racing B16L button box to review. I'm really excited to test that out, and I am excited to finally have buttons back on a wheel. I mean, it's great to be racing with this, just have the raw wheel and everything, and I have the race deck, which is nice, but I like having paddle shifters. I like having buttons on the wheel. So yeah, missing the wheels. And okay, Carlos, he just signed up for this race, so that means we likely won't make up as much ground on him as I was hoping. Let's see real quick what our racer total is. We are at 14, which is good field, might not split. We have 7 seconds, so unless we have about 10 more drivers jump in, we're not going to split in 3, 2, 1, and boom. The please wait has just kicked up. But yeah, Todd, it's interesting because I had my YouTube video the other day, which was why I'm excited for the next generation of console. And I was talking about why I think that this next generation of consoles is really going to be close to PC. And sure, PC is going to have the benefit. They're going to have the higher end wheels like the Simucube, like the AccuForce. You're going to take full advantage of those on a PC. You're going to have high-end peripherals, things like that. Triple screens are likely going to be PC only. You can have third-party accessories like my race deck, things like that. So you get a lot out of PC, but it does take a little bit of time to tinker. You have to tinker. Sometimes you have the issues, but if you take the time to learn, I think PC sim racing is a lot more rewarding than on the console side. But it was interesting because I was talking about how I'm excited, and this one guy comments saying, I don't understand why any adult would ever race on a console. They should be just mature enough to handle a PC. And I just kind of find it funny because there's two trains of thoughts. Sure, PCs tend to be more associated with the more refined adult side, if you want to call it that. But consoles are great for someone who just wants to sit down, relax, fire up a game, and play. PC can become overwhelming at times, and I have plenty of friends that work long weeks, they work long hours, they have kids that they need to take care of, things like that. And at the end of the day, they just want to sit down, fire up their Xbox, grab a controller, and maybe play Forza Horizon. And sure, that's not the hardcore PC sim side. That's not just like sinking hours into their sim rig and everything. But hey, I'm not going to knock them on it. Sometimes it's just nice to have just relaxation, things like that. So there's things like that to think about. CJ, what kind of VR do I race with? The only kind I've ever owned was the Oculus Rift CV1. I've considered getting the Oculus Rift S, but I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about like thinking on that front, things like that. So yeah. But now the session is open. We're gonna jump in. Gonna put on my racing gloves. Actually gonna take off the Fitbit though, because Fitbit kind of gets in the way of the gloves and the comfort. Gets a little irritating on the arms, so I'll just take that off, put on my gloves, try to keep this suede OMP Trecento rim in decent shape, and turn off the emergency stop. Now we got weight in the wheel, and away we go. So, as you can see, everything's working again. Yay! Except we need to reset my driving position because, unfortunately, because I had to adjust my documents and everything, it caused issues. And why the heck did auto position do that? So, field of view. Let me see. So, seat position. Seat up a bit. Yeah, it actually is half decent, but my steering wheel is locked. So I guess that's one of the default things they did when my settings changed. So I'm not going to worry about too much. This feels okay. The space sense awareness is all right. Yeah, Erotitis, I was talking about what caused that issue last week, and thankfully, I was able to get it resolved, and a driver update that's coming likely in a week or two is going to help me fix that. But all right, so need to make sure we have the right input here. So let's. Everything got thrown out of whack with my documents changing. All right, Shane. Yeah, you were talking about how you're jumping into iRacing, and I was doing a little bit of testing in iRacing with my Simucube today because I'm trying to put together my thoughts for the review, and I know you guys have been asking about it, and I just been wanting to put my thoughts together and just get a decent, unbiased opinion on it. So get an idea on what the pros are, get an idea on what the cons are, and I'm putting together a pretty decent review if I say so myself. It's just takes a bit of time. Okay. That car did not want to turn, so we'll need to take it easy. So I was running some practice laps with this car, and now it's feeling just kind of weird. I'm wondering what road conditions did Enrique set this to? Because, yeah, this is unusual. So, Dirt Rally 2.0 released a BMW M2 for free. I should try it. So, I did a little bit of testing with Dirt Rally 2, and I need to dial in the settings, but it has a decent framework for the Simucube 2. So that's all right. Right, I'm a little nervous about that for you. If you're using Content Manager, try closing and reopening it, because sometimes that issue has come up. Alrighty, so starting to feel the flow of the track. Okay, that's going to be like a third gear corner, I think. But yeah, I'm starting to feel the wheels breaking free a bit. You can kind of tell. Lift off a bit, pitch the car in. Try to take this in third corner, I think. Yeah, one of the things with this being a road car is you can't adjust the gear ratios. So you have to kind of make do with the weird gears you have to be in these corners, I think. So I think you kind of have to be in a higher gear than you really think, because you get in that power band quicker and you don't lose as much time shifting, I think. Yeah, I just got my review key for WRC8. So I haven't tested it yet. I just literally got the key today, I think, so I need to take a look at that as well. But yeah, it looks like my frame rate's staying rock solid at about 83.9998. I have the limiter set to 84, and looks like performance is good on your end, so I'm happy about that. I'll need to adjust my HUD a bit, though, I think, so we'll do that before I get in my qualifying run. So tire semi-slick, that's good. Fuel, we'll do 12. So, oh, I just realized because of the documents thing, that's why I don't have my other apps like Sidekick and what is the other one? Sidekick and Corsa. So that's why I don't have them right now. That's a little disappointing. Actually, I'm gonna drop out of here because I believe I can enable them, jump back in, get my qualifying run in. So let's take a look. So settings, Assetto Corsa, apps. So Corsa, Sidekick. Yeah, that should be just fine. Let me see. Do I have Crew Chief installed? Crew Chief. Yes, I do. So let's put on Crew Chief. Assetto Corsa 64-bit. I don't need this right now, so we'll just start application.
Radio check. This is your spotter.
Always fun to have Billy Strange as the crew chief. Alright, spotter.
Alright, I'm out.
What? Hold on. I guess we glitched it a bit.
Radio check. Spotter, radio check.
Okay, so this crew chief is enabled, yeah. Alright, we should be pretty good to go right now. So, Sidekick. Yeah, and then let me see if I can unfreeze the steering wheel. So I believe that's under video. I guess not. Miscellaneous, controls maybe. System. Could have sworn. Where is it? Not under force feedback. Video. Why am I missing this? Because I'm so used to adjusting this in AC, not crew chief, or not content manager. So what am I or view? Okay, this would likely be it. Yeah, don't lock steering wheel, don't hide driver arms. I'm just kind of, I prefer driving like that. That's what I've gotten used to, so I know, like, yeah. Right, it's not working for you? Come on, man. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Full House, you have not missed it for once. Hallelujah. We were just fine-tuning some settings and getting it to work. So. Except, why am I getting the window bar now? There we go. Chief, how are my tires?
Tire wear looks fine, mate.
Okay, Chief is working fine. Awesome. So, we're not going to get much time to really throw down laps.
Pit exit's clear. Okay, well, we've got 6 minutes to set a lap.
Chief, you told me exit was clear. Come on, man. Whoa, that's loose. We have cold tires trying to set a qualifying run. This is going to be interesting. Oh, man, we got punted. Come on. Yeesh. Dude. I just said eesh, and that triggered crew chief.
Didn't understand that.
Oops. Let me make sure ABS is on, because I think I kind of need it.
Car approaching. Watch your mirrors.
Okay, we need...
Yellow flag.
we need traction control.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
But I thought I had a decent run through the corner. He just carried a lot of speed, I thought.
P12. The leader has just done a 146.5.
Okay, feeling the rear end step out a little bit, but we're all right. We braked too late there, but we somehow made it work. Okay. We'll need to be more careful there as the race goes on, I think. I hate the gear ratios in this car. At this track, I should say. They just don't feel intuitive. Turn in. Alright, let's throw down a lap. We should get about 2, I think.
P11.
Third gear, I think, through here, because we'll get into power band right here, and I think that's better than going to second and then having to shift up to third. Swing the car through here. We'll need to hit F9 after I set my laps to get our delta splits, because I'm noticing we don't have those right now.
Just done a 144.9. We need to find a 10th in sector 2.
There we go, that was better. Needed to make sure to brake earlier there. Roll on the throttle.
That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Full house and chain. That's bringing back memory of junior high dances.
Sector 3 is 21 seconds off the pace.
21 seconds? Chief, What's my position?
P5.
Okay, P5, not bad. Bit of better flow through the corner. There we go.
Take it easy, you've got cold tyres. Sector 1 time is good.
Braked a little early there, but I'm trying to get some.
Yellow flag, caution.
Still just very understeery right there. Couldn't get it to hit that first apex. Get a good drive off there. There we go.
Yellow flag, watch out. Checkered flags out. P5. That's your fastest lap. You're currently 2.2 off the pace. P5.
Okay, P5. Let's try to fix our UI a bit. So sidekick we can put right here, I think. I'd love to make it a little bigger though, but that's what we can do. Hell Corsa. I don't know where Hell Corsa went. So,
That's the end of the session. P5.
let's see. So, we're throwing down 147s. So, let me think. 147, 230. That'll be safe for us, I think. I'm gonna add a little camber. Yeah, April, I'll be 27.
P5.
I know, I'm
Okay,
so
Will,
young.
here we go.
Alrighty. This should be exciting. There's Hell Corsa, so I'll put it right here on my A pillar. But yeah, 27 in April. Sheesh. Time flies. Must be having fun. I was 21 when I started this channel. Wish me luck, guys. I'm gonna need it.
Green, green, green.
Uh-oh. Bad server issue, and we got some damage because of it. That's not what I wanted. Oh, really went.
Alright, well, decent start. We can build something from here.
Oh, big spin behind us. And John, I don't like language in my streams. I try to keep bad language out of streams from myself and from others. So yeah, I try to keep it a clean channel. So no swearing. But yeah, I guess some big server issue there for... Oh, he got loose. I got a little loose.
The gap behind is now 0.6.
He's not going to make that turn in.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
He braked way too late for that. He should get a corner cut there, I think. Made one spot up in one lap. Chief, do I have any damage?
Say again, P4.
Do I have any damage?
You don't have a penalty.
Oh. Well, I don't think that's good. Let's just try to take it easy. We got a gap behind us as well.
The gap in front has increased. It's now about 2.8 seconds.
We are getting a little better turn in, I think. The guy behind me is closing fast, though, I think. There we go.
The guy behind has just done a 145.8.
We have a big gap to that car behind us, but first place is already in a different zip code. Chief, who is the
P4. P1, 8.5 seconds ahead.
Chief,
Cold tires all round.
who is the leader?
P1, 8.9 seconds ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to hold this spot.
Okay, Will, relax, focus, keep it smooth. 15 minutes remaining, 15 minutes to go. The leader has just done a 144.0.
It's not getting that good drive off.
The guy behind's reeling you in. The gap's now 0.6.
Wow, that car did not want to turn right there.
Don't let him get away. We've seen a bit of wear all round.
This guy has a lot of damage or dirt to the front of his car, it looks like. I was wondering how he gets his car wound down.
Come on, Will. Keep pushing. We might get him back.
Let's try something. Oh my god, these brakes are touchy. We can't go without ABS. That sucks. You saw I wasn't even going half brake there.
P5.
Chief, do I have any damage?
You don't have a penalty.
Okay, I guess he doesn't know. Do I have any damage? Chief, how's my car?
Car looks fine. No significant damage.
Okay, that works. Gotta know the right things to say. I just don't understand how they're outbraking me so well. Chief.
That was a 147.2.
Now, I just realized it also muted me. So I have no idea if I was actually working. Sorry guys, please tell me if I'm actually working. Hold on. Check. Check. Yeah, guys, the stream actually completely died on me. It said, like, I had an OBS error flash on the middle of my screen and everything, so I had to sacrifice my 5th spot to get back here.
P6.
So, yeah, that was unfortunate. But is it all working now? How are audio levels? It looked kind of weird on my end. Let me try turning it down a little more.
The gap behind
Okay, audio levels are perfect.
6.7
Okay.
seconds.
But yeah, that was kind of unfortunate because I had to bring the stream back up while driving. That was terrifying. I'm just going to say that. So yeah, we lost that position, but it could have been a lot worse, I think. I don't even know if Chief responded. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to focus on finishing this race. We're a little over halfway done now, so yeah. Hopefully we don't get that OBS crash again, because that would suck. And I see a car in our mirror, so we need to at least make consistent laps, I'll say that.
Your lap time was at 1:48.8.
Well, Full House, I went off the track trying to fix the stream, so this was dangerous as well. Yeah, and that sounds about right. Alright, let's focus, get a little more consistent. I'm getting a little sloppy here.
Okay, well, you've got half your fuel left.
Yeah, we are more than good on fuel then, I guess. Just roll on the throttle. I'm not going to ask him anything else during this race, I think. Yeah, I see a car in our mirror. He's likely quite a few seconds back. Full House, I did get a review key for WRC 8 today. I still need to install it, test it out on my systems, and yeah, so I'm planning on giving it a test. It's just, yeah, getting around to it, because also I need to do my video impressions on this.
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
Or on the wheel, I should say. So yeah. Looks like the car behind really fell off though, so we're making up ground. Okay, that was a little better for braking. Trying not to brake as hard and kick in the ABS.
The gap in front is now 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're seeing our gaps really improving too. Or is it just the track being weird? Yeah, I'll have to see if it's compatible with Simucube. And then I almost forgot that next month, the new Grid game comes out. I'm not sure how realistic it'll be, but I enjoyed the old Grid titles. So we'll see if it does all right. Also, if you guys watched the Nintendo Direct today, apparently Grid Autosport's coming to the Switch. So I know it's a few years late, but that could be an interesting racing game on the go.
We'll see it somewhere on each corner. Okay, Will, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Little greedy there, but we're okay. Need for Speed Heat, I'm just not too sure about. Because I haven't been a fan of the Ghost Games versions of Need for Speed. The last one I truly enjoyed was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit by Criterion.
2 minutes to go.
That was the last Need for Speed game I truly enjoyed, I think.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 3 is 2.2 seconds off the pace.
So I think we're going to have 2 laps to go. Yeah, the only real thing I don't like about the Switch is that no analog triggers. So the lack of analog triggers, I'd say, causes issues also like on Rocket League. I would have loved to do that. And also, it kind of makes things difficult in terms of GameCube games if they ever do get ported. So if GameCube games got ported over to the Switch, you wouldn't be able to simulate the analog triggers like what they had in Rogue Squadron and games like that. But yeah, literally before I started to stream, I was watching the Lazy Game Reviews channel retrospective on the first 5 Need for Speed games. And it's just funny thinking about that. And remembering back when I was in elementary school, you would see like Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed at the Scholastic book fairs. And I remember begging my parents to get it, and they ended up not getting it. I was like, aw, man.
Behind's increased to 12 seconds. Last lap. That lap time was 1:48.7.
Let's just take it easy. We'll bring home 6th, I think, and I'm okay with that. Given the circumstances that happened in the middle of the race, we could have been in a lot of the worst position. We could have hit the wall, had some damage. We could have really messed up our race. So I'm happy with 6th, all things considered. Because literally I had to drive almost one-handed while fixing the stream. The first Need for Speed game I played was Hot Pursuit 2. The first one I actually owned was Underground 2. I freaking loved the trailer for the Criterion Hot Pursuit. Just the Marilyn Manson song cover mixed with 30 Seconds of Mars, Edge of the World, or End of the World, or was it Edge or End? I forget, but still, completely awesome trailer, great for that kind of racing game.
Okay, Will, we estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
All right.
Well done, mate. Good finish.
I believe P6, but the top two jumped out, so yeah, I think, let's take a look. Back to pits. Yep, 6th place. James Blint, he's just running away with his championship. Marshall, 2nd place. Luke Sky, 3rd. Simon Speth, 4th. Martin Dupois, 5th. But Carlos, he didn't race. So Carlos didn't race. That's going to be interesting. So we should be able to take a look and see what happens in this championship run. And I just realized we had display capture on all this time, so that might have taken a little performance out of me. Go figure. So we shouldn't have the standings just yet, I think. So if we look at M4, nope, not yet. So we can take a look at media, and hold on. Let's see. So this would be, I believe, the replay of the race. Duration 24 minutes 15 seconds, so we can run replay. Excuse me. So let's take a look, because I want to see what happened. And for the heck of it, remove the wheel. Hit the emergency stop. So yeah, that's how you do the quick release on this. So okay, so here's the start. So I'm curious. So towards the start of the race, you see this guy and two of the cars jump. So I think that's server issues. So you see these two guys are this guy and that guy. But the race starts, everyone vanishes, and then he's right back there. So I'm just wondering what happened there. Because he's right back there for the start of the race. And I don't think that's in line with a jump start. But you can tell we have some scrapes on the rear end. So we did have damage because of that, I believe. We did get some damage, which was unfortunate. Couldn't really do anything about it. Yeah, court-martial, that's realistic for the real car, but it's just interesting how it put him right back at the start instead of like saying you have the drive-through like you normally do when you jump and start in SRS. So I just find it weird. So yeah, and then you see him drive forward, and then I see he just gets on the brake way too late here. So he got on the brake way too late, and you can just see him run really wide. So yeah, that was just interesting, unfortunate event for us. So I'm curious though, is it going to show that we had an incident this race? Because I'm not sure. If it is going to show we had an incident, I'm going to be upset, but I'll understand it. So we look 6th place, 2 incident points. How'd we get 2? The guy drives through us. That should be just 1 incident point. So that knocks us down to 82 points. But Carlos, he got 0. So that means we're going to jump up 1 spot at least. Diogo. But yeah, that's just, I don't understand it. So you see everyone except the people who started the race with incident points because of what seems like a server issue. So that's just unfortunate, I think. Because that's not what happens with real life in starts. That's not what happens real life in starts. You don't see the car drive through them, and all of a sudden, the guy gets warped back onto the server. So, I don't know. That's just going to be something to ask Henrique about. I wish they would show us what laps you had incidents, when you had the incidents. That's just something I think is a bit of a flaw in the system, but I'm just kind of nagging right now. I'm kind of disappointed. So let's look at the standings. So we stuck in 6th. So we were in 7th. We jumped up to 6th. Okay. So we're literally 1 point behind Andrei Kirilov. So that's 1 point behind 5th place. So that will be very interesting. We are, that is 17 points behind Luke Sky. I don't think we can catch Luke. Luke is a faster driver, so yeah, it's unfortunate to think about just what happened there, and we went 6 points down because of that. So if we didn't have those 2 incident points, we would have gotten ahead of Andre. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, this will be exciting. Barcelona next week, and we're wrapping up the championship in Silverstone. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. My next major video I'm planning is my impressions, not a full review, but impressions on the Simucube 2 Pro. I have done maybe about 10 hours or so drive time with it so far. Life just has been crazy since I've gotten this wheel, but I am really excited to just put this wheel through its paces, seeing what we're going to get out of this, and just all in all, if it's a good value for the price. And I mean, it's a steep price, but it kind of, mini spoiler alert, is a truly astounding wheel. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next week. Barcelona, same time, same place, different race. But until then, guys, thanks for watching. For SimRacingPaddock, I'm William Marsh, and you have a good one.